What is this? Is this a Nuva ring?
That's a tip.
Welcome to the Mythical Kitchen, where dreams become food. You guys have been lighting up the comments, asking me for the recipes for a lot of GMM's best dishes, and that is exactly what we're doing here. Today we're making animal-style mac and cheese, literally one of the best things I've ever made and a fan favorite from GMM last season. I'll be breaking the recipe down to 3 simple steps. If you want to grab the time codes for the steps, they are right there. Or if you want to read a full written recipe, we have that in the description too. All right, so animal-style mac and cheese. What does that actually mean? Is it finding the animal within you? Do you eat it out of the garbage like a raccoon? Do you rip through the raw flesh of it like a lion? Or is it just a delicious combination of Thousand Island caramelized onions and delicious plasticine American cheese melted right on top of fries? Except also combined with macaroni and cheese, a comfort favorite. This is truly the melding of both worlds, and I kind of can't believe that no one has done this before, and so that is what we're making today. So you're gonna start by taking your French fries. These have been dehydrated in an oven for about 5 hours at 180 degrees. In-N-Out's fries are absolutely terrible, so the best application you can do is to grind them in a food processor and mix them into a pasta dough. Everyone's like, get them well done, get them fry light. Like, there's no saving them.
I like my fries well done.
Can't believe you. Grind this in a Vitamix or food processor until it's a fine powder. You're just gonna go ahead and just kind of bang it on the ground. Okay. Oh, wow. There's a lot of French fry flavor and not a lot of volume. All right, just use your fingers to get in the crevasses. I say crevasse like Bear Grylls because that's the only time I've heard the word crevasse. So every time I think of crevasse, I think of drinking my own pee. All right, so you're gonna take this and you are going to sift it through. All right, so we're only gonna use about 1/3 of a cup of this. Measuring cup. It was right underneath me. Sorry, Nicole.
It's okay.
I should have known, I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's fine.
So we're gonna take 1/3 of a cup, right in our board, and then we're gonna take all the semolina flour. We're just gonna go ahead and mix that together with your hands, and then you're gonna take some of this water, just a little bit, and then you're just gonna fold it together with your hands. Can I have some more semolina, Nicole?
Sure.
Thank you. And now you're just gonna go ahead and wrap that in plastic wrap and put it in the fridge for about half an hour. For those of you who actually go through with making this entire recipe, I completely applaud you. Like, there's literally a thing called Easy Mac. This is like the hard Mac. This is the definition of, this is the hardest Mac. Which sounds like a SoundCloud rapper. Nicole, open the fridge.
Oh.
Boom. And so we got a fresh dough straight out of the fridge. And then we're gonna take our pasta extruding machine. We have a sheet pan lined with semolina flour, which has riboflavin in it, right, Trevor? Riboflavin. He loves riboflavin. Don't know why.
I love it.
I think there's something wrong with him. So we're gonna go ahead and just take little pinchy nuggets of dough. What is this? Is this a Nuva ring?
That's a tip.
All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and put a little nugget of dough, and then you're gonna put your Nuva ring in there. All right, so you're gonna turn it on high, and then you're just gonna shove the dough through, and then you go like that. You're looking for like about a 1/2 inch on your macaroni noodles, and then gradually scatter these out. Make sure they don't clump together. All right. That's how you make macaroni noodles out of French fried potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and take all of our macaroni noodles, make sure they don't clump up, and then you're just gonna go ahead and drop them into salted boiling water. On the next step. Great. Here's the thing, if you live near an In-N-Out, get a bunch of packets of their spread, which is ostensibly Thousand Island, but I have made my own here. You can find that recipe in the description. Making it homemade is a lot better than buying the crap that has corn syrup in it in a bottle, although I do love corn syrup. Sometimes I just drink a bottle by myself in the bathroom. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take an onion, first cut to dice it is gonna be right across the center, and then you're gonna make small incisions right through, trying to get as close to the root as possible. And then you're just gonna run your knife very, very thin through all of that. Make sure you got a really sharp knife, and you always keep your fingers tucked. You know what they say, tuck it before you, tuck it and it. I know where to go, that was the only option. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna take 1 tablespoon of butter, you're gonna pop that in your very hot pan. Uh-oh, that's already hot, gotta go. Onions. And you're gonna throw all the onions in there, tablespoon of sugar that goes in there, and then just a little bit of salt. The salt is actually gonna help draw some of the moisture out of the onions, get some natural sweetness, and the sugar is gonna help the browning process. Okay, cheese sauce. So what we're gonna start with is a roux. So we're gonna add our butter to that pan. So you don't want your heat to be too high on our roux, right? The roux is the mixture of butter and flour that you're gonna cook together, and that's gonna be the base of your sauce. So once the butter starts to melt, you're gonna add in your flour. A lot of people do equal parts flour and butter. I like to do just a little bit more butter to keep everything nice and loosey-goosey. Loosey-goosey, that's a cooking term. Mm-hmm. Want it nice and frosty. Nice and frosty. You know, like a nice frosty roux, like not a frosty like cold, frosty like the Wendy's dessert. To me, it was a game changer when they added the vanilla frosty. That was great. Chocolate, it's a bit lascivious for my tastes. You know, I think it was funny when we were kids and everyone thought that like normal milk was vanilla flavored. Every kid thought that normal milk was vanilla flavored. And I was like the only 8-year-old who was like, actually, it's just plain milk. You see vanilla, it's a seed pod from an orchid-like flower. All these kids are like, you're an idiot and you smell bad. Why your clothes all was stained? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and deglaze this pan with water. So you see once we add water, it kind of like picks up all that caramel and you get a lot of that nice browning in there. So once your roux starts to cook, you can actually see the bubbles forming, which is a good sign. What we're gonna do is take all of that milk in there. And what I like to do is use a whisk. Help, 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 thank you. And then the most important thing in cooking is to keep calm. Onions are looking nice and caramelized. We don't wanna take them too deep, like you're not making a French onion soup or anything. These are diner, burger counter grilled onions. Then you're gonna pop that onto your mac and cheese later. The more you whisk, the more heat that gets infused into this bechamel sauce, the thicker it's gonna become because it's actually the flour cooking into the liquid. And now when we put a spoon in, you can see how it actually coats the spoon. That means you are ready. Yum, tastes like bread milk. All right, so what we're using is American cheese. My favorite part about it is that it'll just stick to a plate like that. This is 12 slices of American cheese, and we are just going to wing that all in there. Uh-oh, it's on the burner. Uh-oh, hot! Okay, so American cheese has a lot of stabilizers in it, which means it melts really, really well into a cheese sauce, and it'll kind of give it that silken mac and cheese consistency that you're looking for. So the American cheese is melted. Now we're gonna take our cheddar cheese. That's just to add some actual flavor in there. All right, so the last step to this is we're gonna go ahead and take some of our Thousand Island, and you want this to be off the heat because mayonnaise can separate at high heat, and to infuse all the animal style flavor in there, we are going to whisk in Thousand Island. It literally tastes like someone made an animal style smoothie. But in the best way. We're gonna assemble everything, bake it off, get some garnish on there, and then we're gonna eat it. And then what are we doing, Ben? We're going to Chili's for all you can eat endless appetizers! They're back, baby! And they got boneless wings. Is that Fridays? So we're gonna do the old toss, top, and bake. So you're gonna take a knife, you're gonna line up your French fries, and then you're just gonna chop them up into little bits. And those are gonna be little crusties. Move your pan around, and if you see the oil move more like water than oil, that typically means that it's hot. And then we're just gonna go ahead and add the French fries to the oil. You just wanna fry them for probably about 30 to 45 seconds until they're nice and crispy. And then we can add those on top of our mac. While those are frying, we're gonna take all our cooked macaroni noodles. Those are looking gorgeous. It's funny because the potato almost gives them a texture like gnocchi, which I think is really cool. All right, so we're gonna take some cheese sauce in there. You always wanna overestimate the amount of cheese sauce that you want in your pasta, because like, there's never been a time where someone's like, wow, this mac and cheese was too cheesy. It's like this Harry Potter movie didn't have enough magical scenes of Quidditch. I don't need the wizard battles. Like, I don't need I'm there for the Quidditch. But like, here's the thing, they should do a Quidditch movie, but crossover with Air Bud. The original dog is long dead, to be clear, and just like put him on a broom, and then there's a scene where they're like, a dog can't play Quidditch, but then boy, can that dog play Quidditch. So you're gonna take the macaroni that's mixed with the sauce, and you're gonna pour that into your cast iron pan. Little French fry bits. So now we're just gonna take a slotted spoon, and then we're just gonna take some of those, and we're gonna add those right on top. You're gonna put it in the oven at 500 degrees for about 5 minutes, just to get the cheese sauce to kind of tighten up and keep everything nice and molten. You might be wondering why I'm wearing these super sweet sweatpants. One, coin-operated laundry machines. In 2020, why? So I gotta use what, 12, 14 quarters? That's crazy. And then you go to Trader Joe's and obviously they're like, look dude, we need these quarters to give people change. Like, you can't ask for $80 worth of quarters. And so now I'm rocking the sweats. Also, I thought because I have the super sweet new Mythical apron with our pasta puss that we've named Capellini, I thought that you couldn't see my sweatpants because the super dope merch was obscuring it. If you wanna buy the actual pair of sweatpants that I've been wearing, I'm gonna sell it in the dark corner of eBay that you're not supposed to go on. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take the mac and cheese out of the oven. I don't know which way to turn. Should I do a full?
Let's try left first.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this out of the oven. If it's burning, Ben, we gotta go fast.
Turn to your left.
So we're gonna go ahead and take this out of the oven. That's looking nice. You see the cheese has started to get nice and melty and create a kind of film over the top. But animal style isn't just infused with all this stuff, it's also topped. So you gotta work fast. Oh God, I forgot to unwrap my plastic cheese. Oh no. Oh. So you wanna get the cheese laying right on top, right when it comes out of the oven. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and take the mac and cheese, and you're gonna pop it back in the oven with the cheese on top for about 30 seconds to whenever I think it's done. Can you see it? Yep, never going away. Permanent, they say tattoos are. So now we got the cheese nice and melty. It's formed into the noodles. That is beautiful. Right when this is fresh out of the oven, you're gonna take some nice cold Thousand Island and you're just gonna drizzle that right on top. All right, and then you're gonna take your caramelized onions and then you're just gonna scoop those right on top. That's your animal style mac and cheese. You got your delicious creamy mac, you infused with all that French fry flavor, that American cheese and Thousand Island sauce. You got your crispy French fry breadcrumbs. This is like a parfait of absolutely erotic deliciousness. Why did I say that? Anyways, it should be good macaroni. As we all know, the best part about cooking is feeding the people you love and getting that validation that you crave as much as your lungs crave air. So I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna feed this to someone and then stare them dead in the face while they're forced to compliment me because I've given them something. And that's how this thing works. Gonna feed my friends cause my friends love food. Gonna feed my friends cause I'm a good friend. Chase! Eat this animal style mac and cheese for me?
Yeah, can I take that gum out of my mouth? And go on it?
Open up. Yeah. Do you want me to support you?
Wow.
Right?
You were really loud and aggressive, and I didn't hear what this was, and it's very delicious.
This is
It's
animal
In-N-Out?
style mac and cheese. So we infused
good.
all of the flavors of animal fries.
Yeah, you really did. You really did infuse. Can I have this?
Yeah, you can take it.
I would just like to have some more.
Please do it.
Yeah.
When you're spinning that into a classic comfort food dish.
It's kind of like a thing that I don't like when people touch and try to mess with it.
What you like when I touched it.
I mean, I like when you touch most things. They always come out a little bit better.
And now my urge to be complimented has been completely satisfied.
Wow.
Wow.
I want to give you a hug.
I want to give you a hug too. This feels nice. Oh, you smell so good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to the Mythical Kitchen channel, hit the bell for notifications. If you like this apron, go to the Mythical store. Also, if you make this dish yourself, please hit us up on Instagram at Mythical Kitchen. Use the hashtag DreamsBecomeFood because I said that and now it's a thing. I will judge your dishes very mercifully because I'm very nice. I'll see y'all next time. You can cook up your own feast while wearing the Mythical Kitchen apron. Available now at mythical.com.